Hello my guys, welcome back to the Citizen Base.
Make sure by hitting subscribe, no delay. Man City, back in the race to bring both. Rodrygo goes and Denzel Dumfries as deal talks continue. Manchester City are once again at the centre of European transfer discussions, as reports suggest the Premier League champions have revived their interest in landing Rodrygo, goes from Real Madrid, and Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan. With Pep Guardiola planning the next evolution of his squad, City's recruitment team is quietly but confidently exploring ambitious moves that could reshape the club's attacking and defensive balance ahead of the coming season. After years of domestic dominance and sustained success in Europe, Manchester City are not standing still. Guardiola has repeatedly emphasised the importance of refreshing the squad, maintaining hunger, and preparing for tactical challenges that continue to evolve across the Premier League and Champions League. Within this context, the renewed interest in Rodrygo and Dumfries reflects a clear strategic logic rather than short-term opportunism. City's hierarchy understands that replacing or rotating elite-level players requires profiles that can immediately adapt to Guardiola's demanding system. Both Rodrygo and Dumfries fit this philosophy in different but complementary ways. Rodrygo Goes has long been admired by Manchester City scouts. The Brazilian international is known not only for his technical quality, but also for his intelligence off the ball, composure in big moments, and tactical flexibility. At Real Madrid, Rodrygo has delivered decisive goals on the biggest stages, particularly in the Champions League, earning a reputation as a player who thrives under pressure. For Guardiola, Rodrygo represents a modern forward capable of operating across multiple positions, right wing, left wing, or even as a false nine in certain systems. His ability to combine quickly in tight spaces, press aggressively, and make clever runs behind defensive lines aligns closely with City's attacking principles. While Real Madrid have been reluctant to part with the Brazilian, City's renewed interest suggests that circumstances may be shifting. Increased competition in Madrid's forward line and City's willingness to invest heavily could open the door to serious negotiations if all parties see a mutually beneficial outcome. On the defensive side, Denzel Dumfries has emerged as a key target as City look to reinforce their right flank. The Dutch international has impressed consistently at Inter Milan with his physical presence, relentless energy, and ability to contribute in both phases of play. Dumfries offers a different profile from City's current options. His strength, aerial ability, and direct running provide an alternative tactical dimension, especially against teams that sit deep or rely on physical duels. Guardiola has increasingly valued fullbacks who can shift roles during matches, defending wide, stepping into midfield, or attacking the box. And Dumfries has shown he can adapt to such demands. With Inter balancing their finances and City monitoring market opportunities closely, discussions around Dumfries are believed to be more advanced than in previous windows. The Premier League's intensity would test him, but his athleticism and experience at the highest level suggest he could adapt quickly. Manchester City are approaching these potential deals with caution and precision. Rather than rushing into marquee signings, the club is exploring structured payments, performance-related bonuses, and long-term planning to remain compliant with financial regulations. The aim is not just to sign big names, but to integrate them sustainably into the squad. Rodrygo's situation is more complex due to his contract status and Real Madrid's valuation, while Dumfries' deal appears more straightforward if Inter decide to cash in. City's confidence stems from their belief that both players are genuinely interested in the project Guardiola continues to build. If completed, the arrival of Rodrygo and Dumfries would intensify competition within the squad, a factor Guardiola welcomes. Rodrygo would add depth and unpredictability to an already potent attack, while Dumfries would strengthen defensive rotation and tactical flexibility. Such signings would also signal City's intent to remain one step ahead of domestic rivals and European heavyweights. For now, Manchester City remain firmly in the race. Talks are ongoing, evaluations continue, and no final decisions have been made. However, the direction is clear. City are planning for the future without compromising their present ambitions. As the transfer window progresses, The possibility of seeing Rodrygo goes in sky blue and Denzel Dumfries charging down the Etihad's right flank remains very much alive. Whether these deals materialise or not, one thing is certain. Manchester City are once again shaping the narrative of the transfer market with purpose, patience and ambition. Another news.
City continue wing look after Mark Guehi as defensive plan takes shape. Manchester City's long-term planning under Pep Guardiola continues to be driven by precision rather than panic, and the growing focus on Mark Guehi reflects exactly that approach. While City's immediate priorities often appear fluid from the outside, the club's internal thinking remains consistent. Strengthen the spine of the squad, refresh key positions before they become urgent, and secure players who fit Guardiola's tactical and cultural demands. In that context, Guehi has emerged as a defender City admire deeply, even as they continue to scan the wider market for complementary reinforcements. City's interest in Guehi is not sudden. The Crystal Palace centre-back has been tracked for several seasons, with his development carefully monitored from his early Premier League exposure to his rise as a leader at Selhurst Park. What stands out most to City's recruitment staff is not just Guehi's defensive reliability, but his intelligence in possession, composure under pressure, and ability to operate in a high defensive line, all essential qualities for a Guardiola centre-back. At Palace, Guehi has matured into a commanding presence. He reads danger early, wins duels without relying on rash challenges, and organizes those around him with calm authority. These traits have not gone unnoticed at the Etihad, where City's defensive evolution continues following seasons of tactical experimentation.